Yolanda was a girl lost in her own world. She would always think in flowers, shaping her ideas as flowers. She had left the city she was living in and moved into the woods long time ago. She couldn't bear being a part of a civilized society anymore, so the best way for her to go on was to leave. She built a nest she weaved herself, and she was living in it with her bird friends. Although she had lived outside of the city, she was still in touch with her human feelings. Yolanda was having very intense dreams, especially one night after her usual floral dreams, a wolfman appeared, and they just hugged each other. "Find me," the wolfman said to her, and disappeared. As Yolanda woke up, she immediately shredded some wild goat she found in the woods. She spun all the yarn she had as fast as she could, while thinking about the dream. She made a rope and climbed up the mountain, looking for her love. Yolanda was tired, dehydrated, and hopeless as she was looking for her dream lover in the mountain. How could I run away from civilization and still force myself to find another human contact? She thought. Then she heard a voice. "Oh, my child," said a deep voice. It has been 4 months since Yolanda had heard another voice in language. "Don't be afraid," the voice continued. Yolanda turned around to look at the forest. It was the forest talking to her. It looked like a face almost. "Don't get mad at your dreams and ambitions. It is normal. You are only human. Your urge to create and reproduce is natural," said the forest. "But how can I go back to the civilized world to find a spouse just to create a kid? Plus, no one would want to mate with a wild woman like me," said Yolanda. "Well, that's arguable, but that's not the point," said the forest and continued. "There is an alternative way of you creating a child. That is spirit child. But it can only exist if you can reach above your existence and truly engage in nature. Then your higher spirit will mate with nature's spirit, and this union will create your spirit love child, fulfilling your urge to create. Do you think you can do that?" Yolanda was scared, but she felt ready. At least she had to try, or she wouldn't be able to take pride in living freely. In order to live happily, she had to produce a child, whether from flesh or from soul. She climbed back to the mountain the next day to tell them she was ready. The mountain and the forest gathered all their power magic to create a potion for Yolanda. She had to take a vow of committing and understanding the higher spirits and not misusing of the offerings. As she drank the magic potion, her perception changed immediately. She was transformed. Yolanda felt as if she was traveling, floating even, in a spectrum of disorganized colors. She felt unified with her surroundings. She felt everything she felt in her dream on this moment, and as she opened her eyes, a white cloud almost shaped as a human, looking and smiling at her, with the umbilical cord dripping from its belly button. It was holding a rainbow that Yolanda felt she was traveling in. Yolanda and the rainbow kept looking at each other, filled with tranquility and love forever.